Hey guys, TJ back here with another video. So this video might be a little longer, might be shorter. I don't know. It'll be some time. I don't know, we'll see when it's done. But I want to talk to you guys about what I would like out of Black Ops 4. Now I'm not gonna say what I would like to see out of Black Ops 4 because what I would like to see is Black Ops 4. Blind jokes. Hey, so funny. Cheesy. But seriously though, what I would like out of Black Ops 4 is very simple. Okay, well, simple in my mind, complex in other people's minds possibly. I'm using Black Ops 3 gameplay as an example here because it's what I would like out of it. Now, what I would like is for this game to load. Jesus Christ. One thing I would like is Treyarch. They did a great job remastering the sounds and the audio as a whole on Chronicles. So from Noct to Origins, all the maps in Chronicles, when they got remastered, the audio, like the way they did the audio was just redone completely. So for example, when you shoot a zombie or stab them with your knife, or knife them, or whatever, there's a sound effect. Of course there's a sound effect prior to this, but now it's more distinct, so it's like a clear, like almost like a hit marker sound, almost. And it does the same with the headshots. Headshots are normal, but it's more noticeable here, at least in my opinion. So that's one thing that I would like Black Ops 4 to have, is something similar to the sound system they have in Chronicles, like the sort of hit marker-ish sounds for zombies with knifing and shooting them, obviously, and even grenades too. Grenades count as, they give like the little hit marker thing too, when you direct impact or even when they explode. And another big thing is the sound design to stay the same in terms of buying guns off the wall. Like when you buy a gun off the wall for the first time, it makes a different sound. So here, I'll buy the Shiva and you guys can listen to it and listen. That took longer than expected, but yeah. And like the Gobblegum machine right here, like you can hear it right there. Your Gobblegum. And you can hear that there's a board being taken down by the zombie. Like, there's so many clear auditory indicators, like this prick machine right here, like this meal cook machine. You can hear it just fine. I need to fix my headset. Oops. But I'm gonna hold down on the D-pad so I can keep hearing, so until it's fixed properly. That should be fine. Like this kind of level of audio design, like you can just hear the rubble shifting as you walk around in this map, and when zombies walk around. Hey buddy. And that's one thing that I wish, or really hope they do, is very clear audio, like for when you're walking up and down. And plus, like, they have different sounds for when you're walking on metal or concrete or dirt or grass, or, you know, the different material you walk on. So that'd be great. And having all these things combined would make a better experience as a blind gamer myself and other visually impaired gamers I know. Like other blind gamers I know, they don't really play zombies on World War II because it's not very accessible. Like there's not like this level of detail there is in Treyarch zombies. And a lot of people who are blind, or I don't know a lot of blind people who play, but those who do, they try and stick with Chronicles maps because of the level of audio and detail there is. Another thing is the menus for Black Ops 4. I think they should do the same thing what they did with Black Ops 3, is make the menus to where they don't loop. Like here, they loop, right, when you hold up on the D-pad. In the main game, like, not in the main menu and stuff like that, and create a class and all that, it doesn't loop. So you can just count, like 1, 2, 3 to the right is this, 1 down is this, stuff like that. And just overall, like, do what they did Black Ops 3, just Black Ops 4, of course. You know, of course they're going to change it and around as they see fit. It's their game, but it'd be great, you know. The biggest thing that I really hope Treyarch decides to do is put in easy mode like they did in Black Ops 2, because that would give gamers with disabilities, not just the blind, but the hard of hearing and whoever else, a chance to play the game on a more equal playing field. And I thought I was gonna die there. Because one, it makes the zombies just a lot slower. It makes it easier to see them if you're visually impaired. It makes it easier to hear them because you have more time to listen for them. If you're blind, if you're like deaf or something, like you can't hear them around you, so they're moving slow, so you can actually have time to turn and shoot them and stuff. So like, easy mode is just all around good for people with disabilities. Now, of course, they're not necessarily gonna do that. I mean, they can, but not necessarily. Not like they will, but we'll see. But overall, if they do, that's the best thing I can think of when it comes to making a game that is more accessible to those who are disabled. Because when it comes to people with disabilities, it's hard for us to play games. It's hard for us to really like stick with a game. Like me, for example, like it's hard for me to stick with Bloodborne because that game is just naturally it's very hard. It's more difficult when you can't see it. You know, well, Black Ops 3, it's a very casual game, pretty easy to play, no big deal. It's easy for me to play this game for hours. Same with I love World War 2, man. But to other people, like, hey, maybe World War 2 isn't their cup of tea, so they go back to Black Ops 3 or whatever, right? Or Mortal Kombat, for example. I cannot play Mortal Kombat. I get sick of it quick. I get bored as hell. But I know friends of mine who they play in tournaments and stuff, and they're blind and they're, you know, kicking ass and stuff. I'm like, good for you, but I'm good at COD. You're good at Mortal Kombat. You know? And that guy's taking forever. I'm getting sick of this. There we go. But you know what I mean, though, like, just every person's different. But I think if Treyarch, like, if Activision and Treyarch, they would put a press release like, we're trying to make our game more accessible. Of course, people are gonna be like, oh, they're gonna make it like dumbed down and easy, which, yeah, they can. It's their game. But the problem that people think is when a developer says, oh, we're trying to make the game accessible, it means they're trying to make it easy, like way too easy or too simple and stuff like that. Yeah. They're doing that to try and make it more accessible to people who may not be as inclined to play the game. For example, Bloodborne, not very accessible to those who are blind or deaf or stuff like that. I mean, well, deaf. I mean, yeah, you can play, you can see the game, no big deal. But I mean, like, you know what? I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. It's hard to put this into wording. But what I mean is. Hold on. But you see what I mean, though? Like, if you say, oh, I want to make our game accessible, okay, yeah, a lot of people would be like, oh, you know, whatever, it's just being dumbed down. But then some people are like, dude, they're gonna try and make it more accessible to those of us who are disabled. So, like, you might get people with visual impairment who want to play, people who have a hearing impairment want to play, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, it might increase sales. Initially, it might be like, oh, I don't want to play. It's too dumbed down, you know, to some people. But, you know, some people will be like, dude, the game's fun, and, you know, they pick it up. They're, you know, some deaf guys like, dude, they put in settings for me. They put in, like, closed caption or something, you know. Or someone who's blind or visually impaired, they probably be like, dude, the menus are easy to navigate even without seeing them, so I'm going to play the game. And they have these settings to help me, even though I can't see, like, enhanced audio or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a good idea. Of course, nobody really wants to do it. I mean, people think, oh, it's so expensive. It really isn't. It's not really expensive. It's just a gamble because you don't know for sure if a blind guy's going to play your game. You don't know for sure if a deaf guy's going to play your game. And it's not necessarily meaning it's guys either. It's both genders. Well, all genders. But, just the simple fact of the matter is, when it comes to gamers with disabilities, we are at a major disadvantage already. And when developers do things like adding Sixth Sense and awareness to Black Ops 3, it helps those of us who are blind play the game, or Tracker will help those of us who might be colorblind, or, you know, whatever. Of course, you have a colorblind assist, you know, that can help. Like, there's little things that they can do which realistically wouldn't take long. Of course, I don't know for sure. I'm not a game designer. I'm not coding stuff. But realistically, it shouldn't take too long. And so it's like they could add all this stuff, no big deal. However, you know, they don't want to lose out on their money because they're like, oh, we put all our time, you know, we put like this much energy into making this one thing for someone who's blind, and, you know, no blind people are playing it, you know, which is understandable. But at the same time, just the fact that somebody would try and help people with disabilities, that's the key here. I'm gonna kill all of you. Thank you. I'm gonna go knife this guy. But yeah, I hope you guys just enjoyed this commentary. It wasn't too long, but I hope you guys did enjoy it and, like, learn something out of it. And if you guys did, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share and subscribe and all that. I hate people who play Fortnite. Well, I don't hate people who play Fortnite, I just hate getting spammed by it. It's like annoying as hell. It's like, I don't play Fortnite, so why are you inviting me? But yeah, I don't know, like when it comes to, I don't know. Okay, I will take this setup, I'll take VMP and Dingo. Hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay. I'm gonna just mute my mic and turn it down so you guys can hear all the little sounds and stuff if you guys do want to stick around. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, bye guys.